And welcome back to another truck stop review where I will rate or berate your truck stop. Today here we are doing Shell Express Lane 51 here in Ottawa, Illinois. Exit 93 off I-80 here in Illinois. So let's get started here and let's talk a little bit about the inside of this place. So my first impression here is the place is pretty clean, and the staff are pretty friendly. They say hello when you walk in there, and I like that. It does have several amenities here, though. They do have one shower in here, kind of small, but it's all right, and it'll get you clean. And next to the bathrooms there, I was in there and had to use the facilities, and it was a pretty clean place also, but they need to just clean up the stall doors, you know, a little bit. But other than that, the place is pretty nice. So it was pretty clean also. They have a restaurant in there, which is pretty good eating. I've ate there several times before. So I highly recommend you go in there and you get yourself some grub. Chances are you are not going to leave hungry. If you did, hey, that's on you. Pretty good food there. Very good waitresses, very good service, and not too bad price, especially for these days. They do have some video gambling machines in there, and a lot of the smaller things that you might need, you know, driving truck, from paper logs to death. Again, I'd like to add that everybody there who I dealt with before, you know, today and in the past, have been pretty friendly. So, you know, we gotta, you know, I like that. The place is, you know, pretty clean, so I kind of like that. And let's talk a little bit about the outside here. Well, as you can see, we have several fuel pumps, but there is no DEF. But don't you worry, though, you can buy some DEF jugs inside. Well, as you can see, at one time they had a 2-bay service shop. I'd really like to see this place back in the day, back in its heyday, when things are really happening. As you can see how old this place is that if you look over here, that they have a 1-axle scale. You don't see too many of these, especially in operations anymore in these times. You know, here's a little garbage here, and thanks to whoever put that there. We will get on that a little bit about the cleanliness of the place. But they do have a, you know, where you can get some free air, so that's always nice for them. Well, since we're on the outside, we'll talk a little bit about it here. They do have a cat scale, though, so you don't have to worry about not being able to get a scale. So they do have a cat scale. This cat scale is pretty easy to get on and get off. Not a whole lot of tight turns, swearing, or anything like that, or jackknifing, which is pretty nice. Now let's talk a little bit about the lot. So the lot here is partially pavement, part gravel, mainly gravel. We're just going to call it a gravel lot. It was, as you can see here, paved a little bit and then kind of turned to gravel. But so a part of it's paved up here, but I know in the back it is gravel. Well, don't let that stop you from parking here, though. The problem is here, though, with their parking lot is that you can see that we have some potholes. Now, I know by looking at your video, you're going to say that, oh, water's deceiving, this and that, but once you drive through them, you'll know. So you want to do about a maximum of 5 miles an hour through here. Okay, which in some ways, I kind of like it because it keeps everybody going nice and slow. In other ways, though, I hate dodging the potholes. Things to do around here. What they got here across the they do have a restaurant in here, which I've mentioned. Across the street is a road ranger, and they have a Subway in there. But why in the heck would you want to go to a Subway when you can sit down at these guys' fancy restaurant? Well, it's not fancy, but you know, they're a good restaurant. And across the interstate, I do believe they have truck parking. Been there, it's been quite some time since I've been there, but also at the exit 93. It's called the Silver Slipper Saloon, and they have truck parking there also. it's been quite a while since I've been there, so I can't tell you much more about it. But they do have some gals there. And last time I was there, nice looking gals. But ladies, don't you worry, they weren't completely naked. They were wearing clothing. They were wearing them things called, what's them things called? Oh, shoes. But getting back here, though, at the Express Lane 51, here in Ottawa, Illinois, exit 93, just right off I-80. Getting here is pretty easy. Getting into the place and out of the place, again, pretty easy. So I like that. You know, we're going to give that a 5 out of 5 right there. The cleanliness of the place on the inside, you know, I like that. You know, I mentioned a little bit about the bathroom stalls, so we're going to give that about a 4 out of 5. The outside here, it's not too terribly bad, but there is some trash around here. But a lot of this, I'm going to have to blame on these darn truck drivers. But it's not too terribly bad. We've all seen a lot worse. So, but they're a lot and everything with the potholes. You're not going to lose your truck, but they're still fairly deep. So we're just going to give that a 3 out of 5. Getting in and out of here for getting your sodas, your smokes, whatever the heck you want to get, pretty fast, pretty easy. Not a very long wait at all, so we're going to give that a 5 out of 5. So with all that, just remember to be kind and courteous to your janitor. Here, they work hard for us. They're doing a job that personally I wouldn't want to go do. And with that all being said, take care of yourselves and each other.